So black voters ain't having her shit. Black voters ain't about Kamala because they're getting it. Look at that lady up here. She's like, oh, hell nah. They see what's coming. These are Trump supporters, folks. These people know that Kamala is a big problem. And I think MSNBC is slightly waking up to it. Just a wee bit.
Let me start with the women here about Kamala Harris.
She's a woman of color. I'm not putting her down because of that, and I'm not putting her down because she's a woman. I'm not a feminist, so I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I don't think that she has the personality. I don't think that she has what it takes to go up against Putin and go up against these other presidents that are built for this. I don't want to be scared because my president is scared. I want my president to feel secure and manly and about it.
Yes. Let me rephrase what she said. I don't want a little bitch in office. I want an alpha male that's going to sit there and protect me, because the Democrats forget there's real evil out there. As much as they want to say, and we'll continue this clip because it keeps going, as much as they want to say Donald Trump's Hitler, right? He's a threat. He's all these other things. Their life is so sheltered compared to some places around the world that they don't know what real evil looks like anymore. We've lived in general, in such prosperity compared to a lot of other times throughout human history, that they are so consumed in their own bubble that they don't actually realize that there's people that want to behead their asses, that want to sit there and wipe them off the face of the earth. We need to let everybody in. We need to have everybody in. They're here to work, all these other things. No, some of them are here to kill you, lady. Some of them are here to hurt you and your family and rape you. That's not fun. That is some real shit. And somehow Democrats need to wake up to this, that it's not cool to have 20 fucking million people coming in this country. Some of them want a good life. Some of them want to make America better. But you know what? Some of them don't. And I don't really like taking on that risk when I have a family myself, meaning a wife, that could be harmed. That I'm worried when she goes out and does something by herself, that there's some nut job out there that the Biden-Harris administration allowed in, because I'm in fucking Southern California and they don't want to do shit about anything, that they have to go out and now have to worry about, possibly being harmed by some illegal or some terrorist or some nut job that's not supposed to be here in the first place. So most likely when I'm out, guess who I'm also with? My wife, because I want to be there to protect her, because I ain't no fucking beta male that sits there and goes, it's okay, honey. I'll wear your sports bra out with you. Let me go out and vote for Kamala, white man for Kamala. No. Yeah, it's a little bit of a rant because I don't like, and by the way, I like you guys. I like a lot of Democrats too. They're Americans, but I don't want anybody being harmed. You know what I mean? That's something we can all get around here. It's astonishing that we're even having this conversation. I know you guys have common sense, don't get me wrong, but again, it's a show and we got a commentary out there, but none of this is difficult. None of this is difficult. When did we get here? You know what I mean? Like, when the hell did it start being okay to allow terrorists into the country and murderers? And then for people not to believe it. That's the wild thing. There's people that actually don't believe that Joe Biden allowed all these millions of people to come across the border. God, man, we are so fucked as a country.
Gender, right? Like, do you think it matters that she's a woman and people aren't comfortable having a woman in a top leadership role?
No, I don't think that, because most men, they love their mothers. They love their wives. So as a woman, most men, they respect the woman, but she just don't have the qualification or the education to really run America, because she don't have the experience. She don't understand our struggles. And for me to believe you for another 4 years, you're crazy. Right. Like, you're crazy. You're saying the same thing that you said 4 years ago.
So the fact that she's the vice president,
that's
to
just
you
the
is
bottom line.
You're like, you've been here, you've had a chance.
Yes.
Well, for me, the very first time I ever heard the...
You know what? This is cool because I like that MSNBC's doing this. I don't like them because I call them MSNDNC, but I like hearing from just normal people. See how they talk? They talk like the rest of us. Yeah, she's an idiot. Yeah, she hasn't done anything. Look around. And the media's like, really? You think that she hasn't done anything? Like, why are you playing dumb? Why does MSNBC play dumb? All these people see it. And look, a lot of Republicans don't, hand to God, I really do mean this. I don't mind a woman being president. I really don't. I even said, I know you guys don't like Nikki Haley, but early on, this is before she came out against Trump, when she wrote her book, when she was UN ambassador, I really liked Nikki Haley. I was like, hey, I honestly wouldn't mind her potentially even running for president. Now, it didn't work out because then she had to sit there and bash Trump, right? We all know how politics works, okay? We all know how politics work. You have to sit there and bash your political opponents. That's the way it works. You don't even mean half the shit you're saying, but you have to sit there and distance yourself and do all these things. That's the reason why she wants to sit there and campaign with Trump again and come back in the Trump campaign. Everybody knows how it works.
Named Kamala Harris. It was an association to locking up parents for truancy. That was the first time I ever heard of her name. And I really didn't understand how this person claims to be a black woman, but yet she's locking up black women and black men and separating families.
All this is true. I'm loving this video. I didn't think it was going to be this good.
Trump talks about this a lot. He says, Kamala Harris became black when it was convenient.
Right. Yeah.
Can you talk to me about, do you agree with him on that? Do you feel like she's wearing her blackness?
Absolutely. When she swore into the Senate, it was as the first Indian American.
Thank you.
Which is, it's fine. We don't care.
Yeah. We all know she's not black. Let's understand that. We are all clear of that. But my point of view, and like I told you earlier, she's already been there. She's in office right now.
Oh God, I almost spit out my coffee. That was good. See, when the media sits there and puts themselves in front of just average Joe Americans, they don't know what to do, because they're not going to. The average Joe Americans, especially these fine people over there that were there, I don't know where they're from, just sitting there telling like it is, like don't give me all this crap that she's gonna sit there and be Indian, and then she's gonna freaking be black, and then she's gonna be this. Like, we have Elizabeth Warren being Pocahontas, right? All of a sudden she's Native American. All these things. Like, when you let average Americans just do their thing, and you go talk to them, they talk like the rest of us. They talk like Trump. Oh well, how could somebody say that? Like when Trump said, grab somebody by the P word, you know what I mean? It's like, has anybody ever been in a locker room with a sports team before? You think that's bad? Go step into a fucking locker room, even an NHL, NFL, and listen to what the guys say. Don't give me that was the worst thing you've ever heard. Get out of here with that crap, really. Everybody's had conversations. Everybody makes jokes on the side when they're having drinks with their friends. And then when somebody said something spicy or something over the edge, like, oh my God, that's so funny, because we all know how jokes work.